All right, good evening, Who That Nation. Welcome to the WDN Chatline Podcast. It's the host CB, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. I want to wish you all a happy New Year, happy belated Happy New Year, and Merry Christmas. I know it's been a while since we have been on, but I'll get into that in a few. But just wishing you guys, the best in 2024. Um, There's a lot of things out here that we can get accomplished as people, job wise and life. So just wishing positive vibes to every and each of one of my who that's as well as everyone else. But yeah, basically tonight, I definitely would not be on long tonight, but I just wanna get on and kind of catch up because I know it's been a few weeks since I have been on or uptown. We hadn't been on in a couple of weeks. So just want to play catch up and just want to address some things. But before we do that, I want to get to the chat and shout y'all out. And by the way, I'm gonna be on my phone. But moving forward, I definitely will be showing my face more. Y'all know how, I get down. But shout out to the OG. Jerry Poor said happy 2024. Same to you, fam. Shout out to Brian Pearson. Said who that? Who that to you, Brian Pearson? Jerry said welcome back. Yeah, appreciate it, fam. Okay, Big Q coming on at 11:30. Okay, fam. Definitely gonna lock into him as soon as I get off of here, man. Shout out to Big Q. I see he doing this thing. Shout out to RG Scott said Happy New Year's 2024. About time y'all back. Yeah, fam. Definitely gonna address that in a few. But shout out to you, fam. Okay, I see Brandon McGowan said, yo, 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 what's good with you, Brandon McGowan? Um, Shout out to you, fam. Brian Prison said, are you getting in college football game this summer? I believe you mean, am I going to purchase the video college football? Absolutely. Absolutely going to cop that. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Brian. Absolutely. That's going to be a hot game because it's been some years. The last I remember, it was the PS 2 or 3. The PS 2 or 3. It's the last time that I have been on college football. The last time college football NCAA came out with a college football game. So that's pretty much it. But yeah, let's address this right quick. Yeah, we hadn't been on for a few weeks. I can speak for myself. Basically, after watching that Detroit Lions game, um, I just wanted to just see how the season played out because, just to keep it hot, Mickey Loomis lied to me. This is how I feel. Mickey Loomis, he lied to me. Dennis Allen lied to me. You know, Going into this season, before the season started, he told the Who That Nation that he believed he got a team that will compete in the playoffs, not for the playoffs, but compete for the playoffs, win the division, and can be a force in the NFC. So he lied to me about that. He also, believed in Coach Dennis Allen. That was another lie he gave to us. Um, so it's just been a bunch of lines. So, when I see that and it's not a true identity to the team, I just wanted to just see how the last few weeks played out. And now we're here, one game left. We could get into the playoffs if Tampa lose against Carolina and we win against Atlanta. And then another scenario is if Seattle and Green Bay lose their games and we win. But I'm just be honest, man. I wouldn't be surprised if we go to Atlanta Sunday and we lose. With what little we control for the playoffs, to even get in the playoffs, and to be honest, to even get over 500, you know, just going off of the history of how the New Orleans Saints team has been handling things, I wouldn't be surprised if we go where Atlanta comes to the dome. They come to the freaking Superdome and we lose. That's just how things been shaping up for our ball club, in recent years. When something like this is on the line, we always come up short. But we shouldn't even be in this position to where we gotta wish other teams lose and this and that. We shouldn't even be in this position, to be honest. So that's pretty much where I stand at. Um, Let me answer a few questions and I'll proceed on. Shout out to Brian Pearson again. He said, "What do the New Orleans Saints have to do to make the playoffs?" Last week of the season, I just um, told you two scenarios that they have to accomplish. But in those two scenarios, the Saints have to win the ball game. But do y'all really want to see the New Orleans Saints in the playoffs? I mean, do y'all really want to see the team in the playoffs? From what we have been seeing all season long, do y'all really want to see this team in the playoffs? Brandon McGowan said Carr, Allen, Carmichael all robbed us Saints fans. Absolutely, fam. RG Scott said another mediocre, crappy season. Absolutely. We're sitting at 8-8. That's not satisfied. I'm not satisfied by that at all. Shout out to Miss Dana. She just pulled up, said, "Who that family? Who that to you, Miss Dana?" But yeah, sitting here at 8-8, I'm still not satisfied because we have had the ball club available, and when you look at the injuries, when you look at it from an injury side of things, we really wasn't that banged up this year. Marshawn went out, but what's his name? Yalom. I don't want to say his name wrong, but he stepped up and played okay. I think the only game he got exposed like that was, I believe, the Rams game. But besides that, he has been playing really exceptionally well. And then Marcus May, he been out when he was out for a few weeks. Jordan Howland stepped in, played well. Michael Thomas, when he's been out, guys have been stepping in. I mean, so we can't really point to injuries this go around. It starts with the leadership, and a lot of things happen throughout this whole season for us to be at this point right now. Number one, a lot of inconsistency. A lot of inconsistency is the reason why we're right here. The first half of the season, we're sitting here going out here offensively, kicking 5, 6 freaking field goals in a game, and we expect to win that game. We go to Green Bay, we up 17-0. Second half, we let freaking Jordan Love and his offense come back to beat us. Just games like that. The Jacksonville Jaguars, Thursday night football. We let them come in the house, done us dirty. The Tampa Bay Bucks come to the crib, done us dirty. Baker Mayfield, we really let him get off like that. It's just games we can go back and look at where our offense didn't show up. Like these are things that the Saints was inconsistent about. And Derek Carr, he has been pretty much okay. Really, the first half of the season, he was playing Noah 3/4 of the season, he was playing not to average standard. So he was below average 3/4 of the season. He just now I give him the last 3 to 4 games, he has been playing pretty good. I'm not gonna take that away. But this is a guy that we gave the big dollars to, that we brought him in, and this is what he's giving us. I don't want to hear no excuse about, he needed time to jail. No, I don't buy that. And I said it before the season start. That's something that I'm not about to defend Derek Carr about if he doesn't play well. So when you look at the season as a whole, he did not play well. If you look at it as a whole totality. Now, as of late, he has been playing, pretty good. Playing pretty good. I won't take that, but these are just things that was made in all season. It was presented to us. DA had confidence in this guy to even get him this um substantial amount of money to come in and be our franchise QB. And this is where we're at right now. So now we gotta deal with him another season. DA, he has won. Now we're gonna have a better record than last year. So DA is gonna come back. We just gotta have honest conversations. We gotta be honest. Far sitting here talking about we want DA gone. DA isn't leaving due to the fact the number one, he's gonna have a better record than last year. So Mickey is gonna look at that as a step up. I mean, I just hate to bring news to y'all like that, but that's just the way Mickey is gonna look at that. I mean, do we want him back? Hell no. I know 90% of the fan base don't, but when you look at it from that standpoint, and that's how Mickey is gonna look at it, he's gonna say, it was a step from last season. So DA is gonna be back. Derek Carr, we just threw him the bag last year. So he's not going nowhere. So, to all the Saints fans, with the Jalen Daniels sweepstakes, like we just gotta be real and honest with ourselves. We're really gonna waste our time trying to hype up a Jalen Daniels talk, and we're gonna have DA here next year. DA got his guy, Derek Carr, gonna be behind the center next year. The New Orleans Saints is not gonna draft Jalen Daniels, and just far as him getting, just far as his draft stock and where he's gonna be at in the draft, he's gonna be a top 10 pick. So we definitely not about to get in the top 10. Our record, if we are 9-8, I highly doubt we will be in the top 10. We would not. We're probably gonna be middle of the pack, probably low teens, about 17, 18, 19, around that number. So no Jalen Daniels. So we just gotta, like I said, let's just be real and honest with ourselves. That's not gonna happen. So we stuck with DA and Derek Carr next year. I mean, that's where we're at with that. Now, far as other things, and I'm not trying to talk about a lot of free agency stuff, but I'm just being. This is just how I feel. I don't want to see us in the postseason because we're too inconsistent. So we've been inconsistent in the season. What man? That's just like the past Thursday night. We had won two straight. Now we going into we was 5-7, got to 7-7. I don't care about us going to the Rams place. We supposed to be we had the roster to be in the same conversation as the Eagles, the 49ers, the Lions. I honestly can stand on that and say we had the roster to do that. And once again, injuries did not prevent that. It was just poor coaching. I mean, we already can go down the list and poor QB play, piss poor pathetic for 3/4 of the year in the red zone, couldn't score a freaking touchdown. We had the team to compete. Now we're about to be in a huge dilemma because now we got one of the oldest teams, if not the oldest team in the freaking football league. So now we got to get younger. So what does that consist of? We're going to be trusting, our draft picks upcoming to step up and fill in roles. How we're going to do that, and we're, facing a huge. We're going to be over the cap. Huge amount of dollars over the cap. But let me read some more comments and I get into this. Like I said, I'm not trying to be negative or anything. This is just an honest talk. I don't want to see us in the playoffs, man. I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to get hype. We get in the playoffs and then we gotta go where if we division winners, we're gonna be playing either the Eagles or the Cowboys, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, the Lions. No, we're not playing the Lions. We're not playing the 49ers. We're not playing who else? The NFC. That's the 49ers. Okay, and the third team is gonna be the Eagles or Cowboys. We won't be playing them. So well, I take that back. The NFC East winner gonna be the number 3 seed, and then the NFC South team gonna be the number 4 seed. So we're either gonna be playing the Eagles or the Cowboys. The Eagles or the Cowboys in the wild card. And we sitting here having, and we know the Eagles have been our kryptonite. So they're gonna ground and pound with Jalen Hurts and this read option that they've been busting our ass with the past few matchups. We played them. I know we beat them forgot the last time we played them. I think it was last year. I know we went up there and won and stuff. Man, this postseason, they gonna ground and pound. They know that the New Orleans Saints cannot stop mobile QBs, and especially that QB option. Okay, Miss Dana said we shouldn't even be in this position. You right, Miss Dana. We shouldn't even be in this position. And like I said, injuries is not an excuse. We've had 90% of our team out there the majority of the year. I mean, let's just be honest. Most of our key players have been out there. And like I said, when Marshawn, he was really like the big time name that wasn't there. I know AK missed the first 3 games, but even when he came back, our offense was still stalling. So it wasn't, a AK issue. This was a coaching issue. This was a Derek Carr issue. OG said, hell no, we truly don't deserve it. We may get sliced, diced, chopped up, trampled on in the playoffs. Absolutely, fam. And that's just more nerve wracking that we're going to be. We know that you have miracle teams, like New York Giants. We know stuff like that can happen in the postseason. But I don't want to get in like that. The team we had, first off, going into the season, all 32 teams have a vision for their team. And if you want to be all the way honest, if all 32 teams and fan bases is honest with themselves, you're going to have some teams that know they're in rebuild mode. Because each and every year, you have that team that's in rebuild mode. Just for instance, the Carolina Panthers, they going into the 2024 season. They know they're in rebuild mode. Chicago know they're in rebuild mode. So they already have an understanding. Now, for their general manager to come out and be like, we got the team to compete in the playoffs, and that's the standard to make the playoffs. Making the playoffs should be an overachievement for the Carolina Panthers or the Chicago Bears. So, like going back to what I said, Mickey lied to us, and it wasn't due to the team not being it. You got the head coach, that hasn't done a good job, and then you got the offensive coordinator that couldn't get the offense right. The QB in charge, that was the wrong guy for this ball club. It shouldn't take no whole year to start, trying to get things right. He should have had things right off the rip. Okay. Brandon McGowan said Abram has been a monster has been a monster in that Tampa game. Yeah, man. Shout out to Jonathan Abram. He definitely held it down, in the Tampa game. Brandon McGill said Carr is a one half QB, not a full game burner like Breeze. Yeah, and it's more to Carr, but I'm just saying on the offensive side, the QB plays a huge role in what the offense is going to do to succeed. I mean, that's just facts. In Derek Carr's career, he has not been a good red zone QB. And it definitely showed its hand this year. Us kicking 1,000 field goals and we expect to win ball games by doing that. Of course, Pete Carmichael played a part in that, but I mean, damn, the ball is in Derek Carr's hands. Make a decision. Make the right decision. Use your feet. Derek Carr has how many times have Derek Carr scrambled this year? And he's not a mobile QB. I'm just saying he got the capability to pick up a few yards. I've seen him do it in the past in Oakland. But he'll just take the sack. Hell, Breeze, I seen Breeze scramble, more than that. And for Mike to come out and say things about him, you know, about Carr and stuff and about, you getting your player like that, that pretty much tell everything. That pretty much says everything about that guy. Shout out to Miguel LaBoy Sr. said, all hell breaking loose in the dome. You mean this Sunday, fam, or elaborate on that? Okay, let me read you. He said, it's going down in the dome. Saints ain't going to blow it up, and the Falcons are going down. Hey, you may be right, fam. They may go in and, shut the whole Superdome down. And we still could be packing our bags going home at 4 o'clock due to a Tampa Bay win, due to a Green Bay or Seattle win. One of those teams have to win. The Green Bay and Seattle, if one of those teams win, we're out. If Tampa win, along with Tampa winning, we're out. Regardless of we, go win or not. RG Scott said, actually looking at his career stats from Carr, this is typical what you get from him. Okay and average and mediocre. We're just truly spoiled from being blessed with a Hall of Fame QB and Breeze. You're right, fam. We definitely spoiled from, getting a a Hall of Fame QB and Breeze. The only thing about it is Derek Carr, yes, he has been average, but he had pieces around him. And that goes, you got a Taysom Hill. You got a Taysom Hill you can utilize in the red zone. No other team in the NFL has a Swiss Army knife like the New Orleans Saints do. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's no excuse. Just say if he had, trouble. He did have trouble in the red zone. You got to start utilizing Taysom in the red zone more. If this is the guy you're gonna, try to move the franchise with, you knew this guy had issues in the red zone. Regardless of how much we driving the ball down the field, in the red zone is the most important part of the field. Because you either gonna put up 7 or you gonna put up 3 or you gonna miss the field goal. One of the three is gonna happen. Or you're gonna turn the ball over. So it's 4 options that can happen. McDonough said, do y'all think we have a chance to get a Michael Penix the second round? Uh, it could be possible. But to be honest, yeah, you said if he's available. Yeah, I projected him going in the late first. Maybe a team trading up and getting them, late first. But you know, when the draft stuff start kicking off, the draft start occurring, and people move up, people move down, the stock rise, the stock falls, with some of the draft people. So, but I mean, being honest, I don't think we're gonna draft a QB. I mean, that's just my honest opinion. Regardless of what we may want, the Miss Dana, I definitely would love that pick. I want us to draft a QB, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I definitely don't think it's gonna happen. Shout out to Flamer. He said, honestly, the Saints deserve what the fuck they got, bruh. I feel you on that. I mean, if they get in the postseason, I'm not gonna, say that they deserve to be in that position. I just think other teams, you know, win and lost with other teams just allowed them to be in this position. Even with the NFC South, for me to just be like, oh yeah, we division winners. Like, I'm not even confident in saying that. Just say Tampa lose Sunday and we win. Like, I'm not even feeling confident and saying that we're South champs. It's just the way the season been going for us. As Dana said, I'd rather play the Cowboys than the Eagles. I would too. I would too, Dana. Because the Eagles, they already know that's our kryptonite. That QB option, that's what they run. And then once that start running, we start keying in on that. Now you got AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, on the outside. And if Lattimore, we don't know if Lattimore gonna be back. So I'd rather take my chances with the Cowboys. If we get in. And if we do make the playoffs, I'm a New Orleans Saints fan. So I'm not saying like, we make the playoffs, I'm done. I'm not saying none of that. If we make the playoffs, of course I'm gonna be tuned in. I'm gonna be rooting on the Saints. I mean, I'm a fan, so yeah, every time the Saints play, I'm rooting for them to win. So yeah, I'm gonna be at my seat, on the edge of my seat, watching the wild card weekend if we make it. James Smart said, I honestly don't want to see this team in the playoffs. I don't either. I really don't. I just think we need to hurry up and get to the off season and see what we can get done. See what we can get done in the playoffs. I mean, not the playoffs, the in the off season. Brandon McGowan said the Eagles been slipping since the loss to the Warners, and Dallas exposed them. Yeah, they've been slipping, but the New Orleans Saints cannot defend the QB option. And that team has been giving us the most problems. So, regardless of what the Eagles may have been doing, wild card weekend, if we get in the playoffs as division winners, as that 4th seed, and we gotta face the Philadelphia Eagles, even them coming at our crib, I don't like those chances. You're right. He would kill our defense with just his legs. So like I said, I don't even want to, you know, get an energy rush off of, just watching us in the playoffs. Shout out to Rose City said, who that CB, who that to you, fam? Absolutely, Farmer. This sums it up right here. Saints should have handled business all season long. Bruh, this schedule was weak. That's the thing. Like, DA is really about to get rewarded for this season. He's about to get when Mickey Loomis, I can almost promise you, when Mickey Loomis, when they had that off season, not even the off season talk, when they had that final season press conference, Well, the day the Saints clean out their lockers and stuff, I can guarantee you, whether we win or lose Sunday, he's gonna say he's seen progression this year. We was better than last season, and that's what he about to stand on. And we're gonna have Da there instead of looking at it as, man, I'll bust my ass off as a GM. And let's keep it hot, regardless of what we want to say about Mickey. Mickey has been putting us in position to go out and get people. The thing is, he shouldn't have been on board with this Derek Carr pick, because DA doesn't sign the guys. DA, I'm pretty sure he has a input. He probably had the final say. Probably like, this is the guy. Yeah, I don't know. I know that Mickey Loomis the one. He's the one signing this guy to the team and giving out contracts. So he was behind this Derek Carr 4-year, $150 million deal. Regardless of getting us under the cap, yeah, appreciate that, man. I mean, you had to get under the cap anyway, or it was going to be penalty. So, I mean, from that standpoint, you got us under the cap without us having to really release guys and do all of that. We didn't have to do that. So, yeah, as far as that perspective, yeah, Mickey, he done his job. And he always been putting us in position to where we can kind of flex around and play. But who we bring in is a huge deal after you get us in position to play. Who we bring in is a huge deal. And in a few minutes, I'm gonna get on a few guys that we brought in that ain't been putting up nothing. I ain't gonna go that route. I mean, definitely didn't perform. Brandon McGowan said if the Saints fail to make the playoffs, at least beat the Dirty Turds. We can't get swept by them bums. Tampa gonna get ganked by the Eagles. Dallas winning the East. And be honest, fam. I don't know what's gonna be the difference between an 8-9 record versus a 9-8 far as draft positioning. I'm pretty sure it won't be no huge gap. Just say if the 9-8 record put us at number 18, I think a 8-9 will probably take us to maybe 15. So I don't think it'll be a huge gap. I mean, but yeah, I mean, of course, division rivals. Yeah, I want us to beat them. I'm not saying I want us to lose Sunday for draft stock, because even when we're talking about the draft, like, are y'all really confident in who we got? I mean, who we been drafting besides Olave, Trevor Penning? He's gonna get forced out there in 2024. He's a first round, so he's gonna get forced out there on the offensive line. We got that. It's a big question mark. And then you got Ryan Ramczyk. We don't even know if the guy's gonna play football anymore. Just say if he got a serious knee issue and the man had to retire. So that's two tackle spots. One, it will get filled by Trevor, but we don't know how he's gonna do there. And then we gotta fill the other tackle spot. I mean, so it's huge question marks going into this. And shout out to JT. But be honest, JT is part of the reason why I didn't I took a few weeks off. And I'm saying that in a good way, because he encouraged me to, let's start talking draft and the off season. The last time I was on, that was his words. And I'm glad you said that. Just tired of seeing inconsistency. Like I said, every team in the NFL has an identity on what's their expectations for the team. We was told by Mickey and DA that this team was supposed to be a playoff contending team. Now they didn't say, we should be contending, I mean, we should be in the Super Bowl and all that, but playoff contending, that means in the postseason contending in the NFC. That's what was told to us. And now we hear we gotta wait on teams to lose, and teams gotta lose, and we gotta win, and Tampa gotta lose, and all everybody gotta do all this and that for us to even get in. But like I said, I don't even want us to get in the way this season went. Not the way it went for us. Well, shout out to you, JT. Let's see. Shout out to Tramal said the Saints are going to be trash next year. It's going to be interesting. I mean, I don't know. I just know. I just wanna. I just want honesty from the front office. Now, if we're gonna start, trying to get younger, it could go one or two ways. First, we got to get under the cap. Like I said, Mickey has always came through with getting us under the cap and having us some money to play with. So it depends on how we. Number one, do they wanna, get the team young, very young, and if so, how will they approach that? Is it going to be by draft? Getting young, far as filling in draft picks or filling in free agent picks, we'll see. But yeah, I can't disagree with that right there. I can't disagree with that comment. I mean, but I'm not gonna, disagree just yet. But it ain't looking too good. The OG said Harold Lattimore restructured his contract. Yeah, he restructured his contract a little bit earlier today. So it look like Mickey is already getting a jump start to starting to restructure these deals. I mean, and this is the part where he really show up and show out on. You can't fault him for that. But the question is, what matters most is when he do get us under the cap and just say he got us some money, what are we gonna do with it? Because what we done with it last year, we brought in Kayla Saunders. Let's just keep it all the way. We got to be all the way 10 toes down, funky, real with what we say about this team. We brought in Kayla Saunders, and let's just keep it. I'm keeping it real on my end. Did he really did he really play good this season as a defensive tackle? The only thing that was his name was brought up in is the freaking blinky formation where he getting the ball. So that's just little something, little fun formation he get in and he's blocking for Carl or Kamar. That's the only time we really mention his name. We wasn't mentioning Kayla Saunders' name at all this season due to him wrecking havoc on the defensive line. So we keeping it all the way funky. Bruh ain't put in no work on the defensive line. To my to my to my standards, my good standings. So we got a lot of positions to fill in. Now will he be the starter next year? I don't know, but he didn't play well. Nathan Shepard, he was brought in free agency. He was a role player, so I mean if he was brought in as a role player, I can't really, comment on him. But I'm saying Kalen Saunders was a starter. Bruh didn't play well on the defensive line. And that's just keeping it all the way above. Carl Granderson, first half of the season was playing exceptionally well, kind of fell off the second half, but we know 2024 he's gonna be there. Let me talk about the new guy. I'm not getting into all of that. Okay, the new guys, Kalen, Nathan hit on them. We drafted Brian Brzee. We hit the nail on that one. Brian Brzee, he's gonna do nothing but get better. So I love that pick. It's going to be nothing but up from him. As far as Cam Jordan, it's one or two things they need to do with him in order for him to have some type of productive year going into 2024. I honestly believe that they need to slide him inside and he become a defensive tackle because he's an exceptional run stopper, but he cannot rush the passer no longer at an elite level. Those days are over. So if those days are over and he's still eating in he's an exceptional run stopper, that part hasn't really fell off. You're gonna get better production than you was getting with Kalen Saunders. So I'll just say slide him inside. He has played inside before, some reps. Why not do that and get us some people on the outside that's gonna rush the passer? Carl Granderson gonna be one of them. And like I said, I'm not trying to make this a free agency show, but man, I really don't have too much to say about going into week 18 and this playoff stuff because I really don't want to see the Saints. I'm just ready to get to the off season. That's what I'm really interested in talking about. Like I said, that was part of the reason, I was away for a couple weeks. Because I'm not about to just keep on as inconsistent we was 1 minute. We playing like we looking like we can contend with the real ones in the NFC. Then the next week we sit here struggling with subpar 500 teams. Like, make that make sense. And then just to put the nail on the coffin, we had one of the easiest schedules, a top five at least easiest schedule in the whole football league, and we finished that season out average. Just say 9-8. That's still like a game over 500 with this ball club we had. Offensively and defensively. Yeah, defensively, some games they didn't show up and stuff, but there's a lot of games where they showed up and we was kicking field goals. Those games early on in the season that we should have been winning, but we was in the red zone kicking 100 field goals. Those are the games that bit us. And then, when you had games where the defense is getting gassed and stuff, now it's a defensive problem. When in reality, every dog gonna have a day. You're gonna have times where the defense don't show up in games. That's just part of how that go. You see the Kansas City Chiefs, their offense hasn't really been, turning down like that. But I wouldn't be surprised once they get in the playoffs and they start, looking just like the old Chiefs. But one thing about it, they have done enough to put themselves in the postseason. So they got time to adjust. They got the leadership, the coaching staff to get things back in order. We don't have that with DA. DA is running up to the press conference after the Rams game talking about, you love to fight in the team. Man, bump the fight. We sit here getting our ass kicked. We sit here down multiple scores against them, against the Lions, then we want to play comeback. Was it really the Saints fighting back, or was it the other team just, getting on cruise control? Because you can look at it either way. I'm gonna go with those teams went in cruise control and we got back in the game. That's what I'm gonna take from those combats. Mister, we got fight in us. In reality, we got our ass kicked. We was getting busted by them bit fast. Okay, so I'm gonna pretty much, that's pretty much it, man. What else did I miss out on? But yeah, just far as the QB situation, we're gonna be stuck with Derek Carr, and it's gonna be a lot of talks and stuff. coming up about who we picking and who we keeping, for 2024. But yeah, as far as the QB situation, I just hope us, who that nation, we don't get caught up in trying to go on a Jalen Daniels spree, because we're not getting him. They're gonna have Derek Carr behind center in 2024. We're not gonna sit him and let him become the guy in 2025. I highly doubt that. It ain't no highly doubt. That's not gonna happen. Because DA is gonna be there. He loved Derek Carr. The man came out and said the criticism of him has been unfair. So that's how Dennis Allen feel about Derek Carr. So he's gonna be the guy. We're not drafting the QB. Jake Hayner is probably gonna be the guy they try to get right next season. Try to put him out there a little bit more and see what he got. Maybe if somebody fall, we'll pick him up. But just a few teams that's in QB search. Number one is the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos, they about to do away with Russell. So they got a quarterback. That's one team. Who else you got? The Chicago Bears. Whether they trade or Justin Fields, depending on where they're at in the draft. If they're able to get Caleb Williams, I think they're going with Caleb Williams. So that's another QB, another team in QB search. Let's see who another team in QB search. Let's see. Atlanta Fail Clowns. The Fail Clowns. They benching Desmond Ritter, so that pretty much seals the deal, on their QB search. They're going to get a QB with their first round pick. So that's a third team. So that's already three teams off the gate that's going to be in QB search. The Panthers, I think they're going to stick with Bryce, another year. But those just three teams off the top of my head. The Cleveland Browns, think they tied to Deshaun Watson, so they gonna stick with him. I'm just trying to think of another team off the top that comes to mind, with a QB. But I know for sure Denver, Chicago, and Atlanta, and to be the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers, you got Baker Mayfield. I know they saying they, showing some interest in bringing him back, but they're not about to make that guy a franchise QB. They'll probably bring him back another year, and then they gonna draft a QB with their first round pick, depending on where they're set up in the draft. If one of those top QBs, fall to them, they gonna take it and get their franchise guy. So that's four teams that's in QB search. So that's pretty much all I got. Free agency. I will say if the team wants to get better at pass rush, I think they need to go get a pass rush in free agency, because history has shown that we're not good at drafting pass rushers in the draft. We got Peyton Turner. This guy, like, where has he been all year? I know I'm about to wrap it up, man, but I just want y'all to, somebody tell me where Peyton Turner's been at? I think I seen this guy one or two games this season. And we hadn't seen this guy all season long. This is a whole nother Davenport 2.0. We have not seen Peyton Turner all season long. Indeed, this is the second first round pick that we used. We used the first on Davenport. This was the same way with Davenport. But Davenport, I will say that he's seen the field more than Peyton Turner. And he showed more flashes than Peyton Turner. Peyton Turner, another year, another season. But this is just ridiculous. This is where we're at. So obviously we're not good at scouting pass rushers. So if that's the case, let's get a proven pass rusher. I believe that should be on the top of our boards, to be honest. Because they're not going Q. We're not getting a QB. Running back, AK should be here. Receivers, I think we got two receivers. I don't know what they're gonna do with Mike. Offensive line, you could draft a tackle. Just say if in Ramchick, if he's unable to play and he gotta retire, I could say we look at a free agent tackle. I mean, I could see us doing that. But when it comes to the edge rush have been proven to be a failure for the New Orleans Saints as far as drafting one. So you got Danielle Hunter. Who else you got? Got Danielle Hunter. You got Josh Allen. Just the names off the top. Leonard Williams. I don't know how good Leonard. You got Chris Jones. Chris Jones. Um, that would be a amazing pickup because he's a defensive tackle, but he can get to the quarterback. That would be amazing. But I doubt we're gonna have that type of money to pay him. But yeah, one of these guys in free agency at the pass rusher position we need to pick up. They need to move Cam in the inside, or he just lose a lot of snaps. I don't know what his cap. I don't think he got a huge cap hit, but I don't think they're gonna cut him. They not about to do that with Cam. They definitely not trading him. Excuse me. They're definitely not doing nothing like that. So I just think the best thing for him is to move to the inside so he can go out. He can go out playing. Pretty well instead of just being a whole a shell of himself. But like I said, this guy, he he done got up there in age, so that's understandable. That's why I'm not even going, get on Cam and disrespect him. What we seeing that has everything to do with, it's just his time. He just over the hill. So I'm fine with that. But when you got a 24-year-old Peyton Turner that can't never get on the field, got 20-something-year-old guys. You got a 26, 27-year-old, 26-year-old Kalen Saunders not doing anything on the defensive line. That's the issue. But we'll get into that more as time goes on. But like I said, really, I just want to get on here. I always say it's not going to be a long show until I start talking. But it's all good. Wanted to open up the phone lines, man. I'm looking forward to hearing from you all soon. Um, but I got to work in the morning, so just wanted to get on here, chop it up with y'all, family, and just to let y'all know, man. We definitely the podcast is still on and popping, but like I said, the way things is going, just a couple games left. But I just wanted to wait to the end and get on here and talk, and wrap things back up because I'm not excited about the team. I just want us to end, and then you got Mike that he probably won't be back with the team. Derek Carr could have used him as a great safety blanket. These were things that could have been done at the beginning of the year. A guy that know the playbook. This is a playbook he was familiar with. He ran the same offense in Oakland. John Gruden was brought in to put some twist on things that he liked. They worked on, things that he saw. All that was done for Derek Carr, and the man still wasn't producing for 3/4 of this season. But that's it, Who That Nation, man. I hope you guys like, subscribe, follow the page, and just tell a friend to tell a friend, man, just to tune into the WDN Chat Line podcast. and we're gonna get things back in motion. Now that the season is about to come to an end, um, that's what I believe is gonna. I believe, Sunday is gonna be the last day, because I highly doubt that the Packers and the Seahawks is gonna. Both of those teams are gonna lose to their opponents. I mean, the Vikings, I think they still fighting, so that's gonna be a good one. But Seattle, I doubt they're gonna let Chicago beat them. So I think that's who they play. But and then as far as the NFC South, I highly doubt that the Carolina Panthers is about to beat the Bucks, and the Bucks know that the NFC South is lost if they lose. Highly doubt they're gonna let that happen. But anyway, once again, just please like, subscribe, follow the page. This is the WDN Chatline Podcast, and I'm out. Who that?